Hello, good morning, students. I hope you all are enjoying online learning. I, Virali Khandar, welcome you all to the class of Management of Industrial Relations. It is an optional subject. So, if you are opting for advanced HR, as I told you in the last lecture, then only you need to attend the advanced HRM sessions. Last session was just the introductory session of advanced human resource management, that is management of industrial relations. So by now I hope you all must have decided whether you want to opt HR or not. Another important thing before starting up the lecture, I told you in the last lecture only that you need to follow certain instructions if you are keeping advanced human resource as your optional subject. You need to regularly maintain a book and write down all the points and draw the diagram, which will be useful to you during exams or whenever you want to refer. Right? So it is very much compulsory. Whenever you come to college, I will check that you have maintained a separate book. Right? Secondly, whenever you are keeping HR, keep in mind that if you do project in SEM 6 and opt HR in your project, right, then you have to select any company which has 100 employees, and then you have to do research on those 100 employees, right? You must be knowing that in semester 6 you have to do a research based project on marketing, finance or HR. Then at that time you have to pick a company which has 100 employees and then tell them to fill the questionnaire. So keep in mind that also. So now let us formally start with the subject. Now we will start with unit number 1, industrial relations, which include concept, characteristics or features, objectives, significance, factors, parties, approaches, globalization and industrial relations, suggestions to improve industrial relations, and industrial relations in India. Secondly, students, please make a habit of saving the links, because at the end you will only be confused if you don't save the links. Whenever any session is uploaded, right, save the link in Word or PDF or whichever format you like. So please make a habit of saving the links. Now we will start with unit number 1, industrial relations. I would like to start this semester with a good quote on employees. Employee is not an item. First, he is an human being, and then only he is an employee. We cannot treat any human being, any employee as a commodity. First, any employee is a human being, and then only he is an employee. So, employees first must be treated on the basis of humanity, because before being your employee, he is an good human being. So, treat everyone on basis of humanity. Right? Now, we are going to start with the concept of industrial relations. I have put it into simple words so it is easy for you to understand. Concept of industrial relation is just like a story. Let us start. In the modern industrial world, industrial relations have become very delicate and sensitive. It is well-known fact that increasing industrial production completely depends on congenial and harmonious relations of employer and employees. But to establish and maintain these relations is a very tough task. Okay, what they are trying to tell over here is relations are very sensitive In industries, relation between employee and employee or relation between employer and employee are very sensitive, and it is really tough to maintain the relations. The base of our productive effectiveness lies in hands of our workforce. It is necessary to have human approach towards them. It is really necessary to have human approach towards your employees because they are the base of your productivity. They are the base. The workforce is your base. If workforce is not with you, then they will not function as per you say, and it will not result into any kind of productivity and profitability. Next, farmers and laborers migrated from rural areas to city areas in order to get employment in industries. But workers were exploited and there were unhygienic conditions in the industries. Okay, what they are trying to tell is everybody started migrating from rural areas to urban areas because they wanted a good employment. Everybody started migrating. But because of this, there was increase in labor force. અને જો એકવાર લેબર ફોર્સ ઇન્ક્રીઝ થઈ જાય છે, then employers can exploit them, right? Employers started exploiting the employees and took more work out of them. Even there were unhygienic conditions in the industries. Over the period of time, employees started getting united and formed labor union or trade union to present their demand. On the other hand, due to industrialization in the company sector at the business organization unit, there has been considerable development. Okay, what they are trying to tell over here is employees then started getting united. They came to know that employers will continue exploiting if they don't get united. So employees started getting united, and the representative of employees are known as, they formed a union, right, which will include representative of employees, that is called as trade union or labor union, right, to represent the demand in front of management. Trade union એટલે શું? Representative of employees. તમારા ક્લાસમાં કેમ CR છે, representative, right? On behalf of class they are representing. Same way, in employees also they started forming union. On behalf of all the employees, some employees will present their demand. And on the other hand, here it is written that due to industrialization, there was also development in the industries because there was focus on developing of industries. Due to this, series of managerial problems raised, and to sort these problems, wholehearted cooperation of labor unions was required. Okay, what they are trying to tell over here is managerial problems were arising, and to sort this problem, wholehearted cooperation of unions were required. Many managerial problems were arising because of industrialization and on the other hand forming of labor union. So there was a need that there is a cooperation from the side of labor unions. To achieve goals of any unit, employee-employer relations are very much important. See students, whenever you want to achieve any goal, you know that employee and employer relations are important. If there are no good relation between employee and employer, then you will not be able to achieve goals at the right time. Next, industry is not a machine but united form of human beings. Industry is not a machine. ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાં ભલે મશીન હોય અને ચાલતી હોય, but industry is united form of human beings. Whenever many people gather together and start producing for you, start marketing for you, start gathering financial sources for you, then only your industry or your firm can run. It is not possible that your firm can run on the basis of machines. Human beings are inseparable part of any industries. So it is necessary to have a healthy relation between employee and employer. In modern scientific and technological era, our industries have obtained considerable achievement, but we have not been successful in understanding cooperation and human leadership. Congenial relations between employee and employers is the burning problem. We have grown. See, our India has grown scientifically, technology, but still there has been issues in cooperation and human leadership, right? There has been issues in cooperation between management and employees, and this is only the burning problem. There are no congenial relations, means there are no smooth relations. We still have to struggle for good relations in the industry, so which is still a burning problem and we'll need to look into it. Next, definition and meaning of industrial relations. The term industrial relation comprises of two terms, industry and relations. There are two terms over here. Industry refers to any productive activity in which an individual is engaged. Industry means any productive activity in which an individual or group of individuals are engaged and they are working. By relations, we mean the relationships that exist within the industry between employer and his workman. What do you mean by relations over here? Relation between employer and his workforce, his workman. That is called as relation. So now I hope you are clear with the term industrial relations. The term industrial relations explain the relationship between employees and management, which stems directly or indirectly from union employer relationship. See, what they are trying to tell over here is industrial relations explains relationship between employees and management, right? Employees and management વચ્ચેના રિલેશન્સને ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ રિલેશન્સ કહેવામાં આવે છે. Industrial relations are basically the interactions between employers, employees, and government, and the institutions and associations through which such interactions are mediated. See, industrial relations are basically the interaction between employers and employee. But if there are any issues, then government can also interfere, and industry also has separate relations with government, right? So that is also called as industrial relation. So government is also one of the parties of industrial relations. Industrial relationship is about relationship between employee and management. Any relationship between employee and management is known as industrial relationship. Industrial relation is defined as a relation of individual or group of employee and employer for engaging themselves in a way to maximize the productive activities. Okay, industrial relation ની હજી એક definition છે. It means individual or group of employee or employer are engaging themselves in productive activities. કોઈ બી પ્રોડક્શન કરે છે, કોઈ બી પ્રોડક્ટિવ એક્ટિવિટીઝ કરે છે, right? And they are engaged in that activity. That is also called as industrial relations. In the words of Lester, industrial relations involve attempts at arriving at solutions between conflicting objectives and values. Okay, now Lester has defined industrial relations in a certain way, right? He is saying that arriving at solution between objectives and values. There are certain objectives and there are values. So arriving at a solution between profit motive and social gain. You need to find solution between profit motive and social gain, right? What is your profit motive, right? And social gain means the gain that society is gaining from using your product, and a social gain kevai. And profit motive means your motive of profit, industry's motive of profit, means you have to find a solution. You also want to earn profit and you also have to give good products to your society. Between discipline and freedom, right? You have to find a solution between discipline and freedom. There should be discipline in organization as well as freedom should be given at the same time. Between authority and industrial democracy, authority, you should have certain authority in your hands to carry out work. And industrial democracy means industrial freedom. And you should also have some industrial freedom. Find out solution between bargaining and cooperation. Right? At certain times you have to present your demand and also bargain for it, which trade unions are often doing. They are presenting their demand and then they are doing bargaining. And also sometimes unions need to cooperate to the industries and between conflicting interest of the individual, the group and community. And you also have to find solution of the interest of individual. See, everybody whenever they are doing job, every employee has certain individual purpose of development. But you also at the same time, employees also have to see that here you have to do good for society also and for your industry also. So along with serving your industry and society, you also have to serve yourself and see about the individual gain. But remember students, employees don't have to see about individual gain at the cost of the company. Right? For every time first company's gain must be seen and then only individual gain must be seen. Next, we will start with features of industrial relation. Features are also known as characteristics. Mind well students. In exam, if features are asked as characteristics or nature of IR, then everything is one and the same. First point. Without the existence of two parties, that is labor and management, the relationship cannot exist. It is the industry which provides the environment for industrial relation. What they are trying to tell over here is, in order to exist some relations, there has to be two parties, labor and management, or more than two parties. If there is only one party, then there is no need of any relations. Second, industrial relations are characterized by both conflict and cooperation. This is the basis of adverse relationship. So, the focus of industrial relation is on the study of attitude, relationship, practices and procedure developed by the parties to resolve or minimize the conflict. Okay, what they are trying to tell over here is industrial relations માં બે હોય. Industrial relations એટલે સારા જ relations એવું નથી. Industrial relation word itself suggests that there are two meanings. આઈધર ધેર ઇઝ અ કન્ફ્લિક્ટ, આઈધર બે પાર્ટી વચ્ચે નાના મોટા ડિફરન્સીસ થાય છે અને આઈધર એ લોકો વચ્ચે કોઓપરેશન છે. તો ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ રિલેશન્સમાં બે સાઈડ, કોઈનની બે સાઈડ ઇન્ક્લુડ થઈ જાય છે. ઘણીવાર કોઓપરેટિવલી પણ બે પાર્ટી કામ કરતી હોય છે અને ઘણીવાર એ લોકોમાં કોન્ફ્લિક્ટ ઓફ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ પણ થઈ જતા હોય છે. As the labor and management do not operate in isolation but are a part of larger system, so the study of industrial relations also includes vital environmental issues. શું કહેવા માગે છે? કંપનીઝ ડઝ નોટ ઓપરેટ ઇન આઇસોલેશન. આઇસોલેશન મીન્સ એવું એન્વાયરમેન્ટ નથી કે જેમ કંપનીને મનમાં આવે એમ કરે અને જેમ એમ્પ્લોઈઝને મનમાં આવે એમ કરે. કંપનીઝ ઓલ્સો હેવ ટુ સી અબાઉટ ધ એક્સટર્નલ એન્વાયરમેન્ટ. રાઈટ, આજુબાજુનું એન્વાયરમેન્ટ પણ જોવાનું હોય છે, વિચ ઇન્ક્લુડ્સ ટેકનોલોજી ઓફ વર્ક પ્લેસ, કન્ટ્રીઝ સોશિયલ, ઇકોનોમિક એન્ડ પોલિટિકલ એન્વાયરમેન્ટ, nation's labor policy, attitude of trade unions, workers and employers, right? Impact of new wave of global market. Everything company has to see. Company has to also see the economic environment of the country and then operate. ઘણીવાર એવું બને કે ઇકોનોમિક એન્વાયરમેન્ટ ફેવરેબલ ન હોય. જેમ કે એક્ઝામ્પલ અત્યારની જ સિચ્યુએશન લઈ લો કે કોરોના છે, રાઈટ? તો અત્યારે બધી જ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝને અત્યારે રિસેશનને ફેસ કરવું પડે છે. તો એટ ધેટ ટાઈમ કંપનીઝ તો સરસ રીતે વર્ક કરતી જ હતી, બટ ડ્યુ ટુ એક્સટર્નલ ફેક્ટર લાઇક કોરોના, કંપનીઝ આર નોટ એબલ ટુ ફંક્શન નાઉ પ્રોપરલી. તો એ લોકોનો પ્રોફિટ બરાબર નથી થવાનો અને આ ટાઈમે એમ્પ્લોઈઝે પણ કોઓપરેટ કરવું પડે છે, કેમ કે આખી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી, આખું ફર્મ અત્યારે રિસેશનમાં છે. તો આને એક્સટર્નલ ફેક્ટર કહેવાય કે જો કોરોના ન આવ્યો હોત, રાઈટ, કોરોના જેવો વાયરસ ન આવ્યો હોત તો કંપની સરસ રીતે ફંક્શન કરી શકત અને પ્રોફિટેબલી વધવાની જ હતી. પણ એકવાર આવો વાયરસ આવી ગયો તો હવે કંપનીને પ્રોબ્લેમ થઈ ગયો. તો ધીસ ઇઝ અ એન્વાયરમેન્ટલ એક્સટર્નલ ફેક્ટર વિચ ઇઝ અફેક્ટિંગ ધ વર્કિંગ ઓફ કંપની. નેક્સ્ટ, industrial relation also involve the study of conditions conducive to labor management cooperation as well as the practices and procedures. The practices and procedures are required to elicit the desired cooperation from both the parties. Okay, what they are trying to tell over here is it also involves the study of conditions under which study of all the policies, right, which are there in organization for labor and management cooperation, right. Practices and policies of the firm procedures are to be developed keeping everything in mind, right, keeping everything in mind, keeping the flexibility of management also in mind and keeping the flexibility of employee also in mind. So the procedure and practices should be developed which are conducive to both the parties. Next, industrial relations also study the laws, rules, regulations, agreement, award of code, customs and traditions as well as policy framework laid down by the government. Okay. For eliciting cooperation, labor and management should do in-depth analysis of the pattern of executive and judiciary regulations of labor management relations. Okay, what they are trying to tell over here is industrial relationsમાં ખાલી કોઓપરેશન નથી આવતું, એના સિવાય કેટલું બધું આવે છે. એન્ડ વોટ ઇઝ ધેટ? લોઝ, રૂલ્સ, રેગ્યુલેશન્સ, અગ્રીમેન્ટ, એવરીથિંગ, રાઈટ. આ બધું આખું પોલિસી ફ્રેમવર્ક આખા ઓર્ગનાઇઝેશનનું ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ રિલેશનનું બેઝ છે. જો ઓર્ગનાઇઝેશનનું પોલિસી ફ્રેમવર્ક જ સારું નહીં હોય, બરાબર સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ, તો શું થશે કે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ રિલેશન્સ પણ સારા ડેવલપ થશે નહીં. પોલિસી ફ્રેમવર્કમાં બધું જ માઇન્ડમાં રાખવાનું છે, મેનેજમેન્ટ પોઈન્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂથી પણ માઇન્ડમાં રાખવાનું છે અને એમ્પ્લોય પોઈન્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂથી પણ માઇન્ડમાં રાખવાનું છે અને પછી જ આખું પોલિસી ફ્રેમવર્ક બનાવવાનું છે અને આ જ પોલિસી ફ્રેમવર્કથી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ રિલેશન્સ તમારા સારા થઈ શકે છે. I hope you have understood the concept, definition and meaning and features of industrial relations. I hope you are very clear with all the topics that I taught today. So this was all for today. Please, as I instructed you, make a separate notebook for management of industrial relation. List down all the points. And students, if you have any doubt and queries, then you can message me personally. Okay? So, see you in next session with new topics. Till then, take care. Thank you.